A 3D Pixar-style rendering of a young man, Aryan, in his early 20s, stepping into a grand but abandoned mansion at night. He holds a flickering flashlight, casting an eerie glow on the dusty wooden floor. His expression is a mix of curiosity and apprehension. The atmosphere is dark and misty, with cobwebs hanging from the ceiling and old paintings on the cracked walls. Shadows stretch unnaturally along the corridors, giving the place an unsettling presence.
A dimly lit corridor inside the haunted mansion, viewed from Aryan's perspective. The air appears misty, emphasizing the drop in temperature. Aryan's breath is visible as white vapor in the cold. The flashlight in his hand struggles to illuminate the hallway, where faint shadows seem to shift unnaturally. A subtle, eerie whisper is depicted as a soft glow or ripple in the air, hinting at an unseen presence. Aryan, standing in the middle of the hallway, turns his head sharply, startled. His eyes are wide with fear as he realizes he is alone. The wooden corridor behind him appears even darker, with shadows creeping closer. The faint suggestion of a spectral whisper manifests as a distorted ripple in the air. The eerie atmosphere is emphasized by dim, flickering light from a chandelier hanging loosely from the ceiling. Aryan holding his flashlight in front of him, his face illuminated by its last dying glow. The moment the flashlight shuts off, complete darkness engulfs the scene, leaving only a faint outline of Aryan's terrified expression. The surrounding environment is barely visible, except for the unsettling hint of movement in the distant shadows, suggesting that he is not alone. Aryan being forcefully pulled backward by an unseen entity. His expression is one of pure terror, his body twisting as he struggles against an invisible grip. His breath is visible in the cold air. The shadows behind him seem to take on twisted, ghostly shapes. The lighting is eerie, casting an unnatural blue glow that hints at an otherworldly force at play. The room is now filled with dark, shifting shadows that form horrifying, contorted faces, their eyes hollow and full of sorrow. Aryan stands frozen, his face reflecting pure horror. The background is dark and misty, with swirling tendrils of shadow creeping towards him. The lighting is dramatic, with a cold, eerie blue glow emphasizing. Aryan standing in the middle of a spectral storm, his hands covering his ears as ghostly voices echo around him. The surrounding air seems to ripple with unseen energy. The spectral figures in the shadows appear more distinct, their mouths open in silent screams. Aryan's expression is one of sheer agony and panic as the noise grows unbearable. Aryan's face in extreme close-up, his eyes wide with terror as he stares into the hollow, glowing eyes of an unseen entity. His surroundings fade into complete darkness. The glowing eyes are the only source of light, casting a haunting reflection on Aryan's terrified face. The moment is frozen in time, capturing his final moment before everything goes black. A misty morning outside the abandoned mansion. The villagers stand near the entrance, looking at a lone flashlight lying on the ground, its glass cracked. The mansion looms behind them, its windows dark and lifeless. A faint whisper seems to linger in the air, as if the house itself is alive. The scene is ominous, with storm clouds gathering in the sky, hinting at the lingering presence of unseen forces.